Hi, I'm Charlie Whitaker, chair of GMG. I get asked quite often, what stands out about GMG's accomplishments in 2020? The ironic part of that question is that we didn't look back much at all, even then. We got right to work. When I think of that work, I think first and foremost, how do we provide relief to the community as they navigate through this pandemic? What is most impressive to me is the supply chain GMG actually put together to not only source PPE, but then to distribute it and get it to those in need within our community. That's just one example of how we quickly got to work when the pandemic struck. But then we moved right on beyond that. I think GMG can be very proud of the fact that it lended resources to our community like never before. Members continually express their appreciation for all the resources provided by GMG throughout 2020. Another thing I think about is the advocacy work that we did. Public affairs is a big important part of our economic development efforts within GMG, and to be able to convene all of the constituents that can help get things done for our community and for our members is something that GMG is very skilled at. I'm thankful for our Public Affairs Committee and all the work they did in 2020 to give information and to steer public policy in a direction that was helpful to our members. Lastly, I'll just say programs are something that often take a back seat when you're amidst a crisis. That was not the case at GMG. We offered more programs and continue to do an excellent job with existing programs. One of the things that comes to mind is our restaurant Takeout initiative. This was a brainstorming session with GMG's staff, and it started by just connecting the physical community with the virtual community where restaurants could offer their takeout options online. But it quickly blossomed from there. Pretty soon, retail businesses were joining the virtual community, all kinds of business services were joining the community, and it became a real resource for both members and non-members of GMG. It just showed that this wasn't a time to pull back, this was a time to accelerate and offer more resources than ever. As I sit here today and think about what's next, one thing is still true. We're not looking back. We're excited about what lies ahead, so you will see a real external focus on the efforts of GMG in 2021 and visible change as we continue the momentum that you see every day when you walk through and drive through our region. Things are happening, and GMG is proud to be a part of that progress. Thank you.
The purpose of Green Seam is to really elevate our region, and make it known as an epicenter of world-class food and agriculture production. We have a cluster of economic and personal activity that revolves around agriculture. Agriculture is clearly the driving force in our region. Year in and year out, it's an economic driver that gives opportunity to people, helps preserve our communities, and gives folks a way to make a decent living. The general pillar of our work is what we call talent. And that's really exciting, and that is where the concept of the hub being of benefit to the entire region really comes to the fore. One example that I can give with respect to the work in the talent area is especially that on education. For example, Green Seam's been helping the Mankato School District foster revitalizing an ag program at the high school. And we now have a program that went from 40 students to over 400. It's an incredible story, and it's building an incredible model for our entire region in terms of revitalizing ag and trade education. Green Seam was instrumental in working with South Central College to help successfully develop and achieve a $500,000 mechatronic grant to help trade education efforts at South Central. At MSU, It's been a long time coming. There's been a lot of healthy discussions and debates, but the class offerings at MSU are taking the form, including classes that are emphasizing and being dedicated to ag and ag business. There now is the opportunity to have an agribusiness minor in the College of Business. And there's also some offerings in the College of Engineering that I think I'm pretty excited about, and I consider those, and I think the leaders, the thought leaders at MSU also think those are great first steps in taking the talent, the people talent that we have in the area and keeping it here and populating our local businesses with really quality, vibrant young people who can help us continue to succeed.
RITA is a collaborative partnership between the cities of Mankato, North Mankato, all the surrounding communities, and the Greater Mankato Growth Organization. It's a collaborative partnership that helps to coordinate all the opportunities that are available in our community to draw new businesses and sustain the existing businesses in our area. And we've had a great year despite the pandemic. All of us know that 2020 has been a tough year for our community and all the surrounding communities. But in spite of that, RITA responded to 53 RFPs for business opportunities and growth in our upcoming future. We had 16 business openings and we had 8 business expansions, all of which bode well for 2021 as we look forward to continued growth and a robust business community in our area. So we look forward to having a great 2021 and beyond.
The mission of CCP focuses on building a strong city center hub that represents our region with a mix of large and small businesses through collaboration and public partnerships. 2020 was a year of transition as we moved from an executive director model to an integrated staff model with GMG to better serve our members. In 2020, we redefined the focus of our mission into 3 key areas: livability and development, aesthetics and vitality, and our ongoing commitment to city art. 2 key projects were finished in 2020. CCP advocated for and saw to completion the Eide-Bailey Tower and Bridge Plaza projects. With the economic impact of COVID, we saw an increase to 186 primarily small and diverse business connections, with the CCP working to connect them to the funding and resources they need to survive and thrive. In 2020, we all missed the social interactions of Alive After 5 and other city center events, which created the opportunity for 2 new programs in the Let It Glow Holiday Lights Initiative and the Bonus Gift Card Program. Let It Glow saw 30 businesses participate, and the Bonus Gift Card Program generated over $25,000 in consumer spending for city center businesses on a 4-to-1 leverage of invested funds. Our third area of focus in 2020 was city art in our joint partnership with Twin Rivers. We continue our focus on vitality with the Walking Art Sculpture Tour that had 24 sculptures and expansion to 31 in 2021 for our 10-year anniversary. A wonderful achievement. But the crowning project for our city center was the completion of the Ardent Mills Silo Art Project. Community, diversity, inclusion. These are the values we exemplify and our vision for what we want to be as a regional hub. They shine for us and the world in this Silo Art mural as the largest mural in Minnesota at 135 feet tall. CCP sees 2021 as a year of optimism created through increased business collaboration and integration with GMG. And we'd like to thank all of our business members for your ongoing support.
Visit Mankato leads the development of the visitor economy in Greater Mankato by actively promoting our community as the premier destination for conventions, tournaments, and tourism, in addition to working with community partners to ensure the development of products, events, and services that make our area a great place to visit. Some noteworthy highlights for Visit Mankato from 2020 include hosting the first Snowkato Days to boost visitor traffic during January, This event included 70 businesses and featured 20 separate events throughout the community. The Mankato Comeback campaign had 2 million impressions. The Mankato Marathon went virtual in 2020 with 1,800 registrants, representing 37 states compared to 13 states in 2019. Sports Commission staff worked to secure and host the USA BMX Gold Cup race, which brought $701,000 in economic impact to the community. In my role as general manager of River Hills Mall, I've witnessed firsthand the devastating effects the pandemic has had on retail and hospitality. Businesses at all levels, from national brands to locally owned shops, have had to adapt when able or close down in some cases. This is ongoing. Consumers have dramatically changed their shopping and dining behavior. Some of that will never change, but that is nothing new. Businesses have always needed to adapt in order to stay relevant and meet the needs of their customers. There is optimism and opportunity. There is optimism that businesses can get back to serving their customers the way they know how after having learned so much in this past year. There is also opportunity to grow and develop new business. 2021 will be a year of transition that will lead Mankato to a brighter future.